Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Julie Nelson.
And I'm Lauren Lemanchek. Tonight, one of the Minnesota Senate's highest-ranking Democrats faces new questions about an alleged conflict of interest. The scrutiny focuses on pro bono legal work Senate President Bobby Joe Champion performed for the founder of a Minneapolis violence prevention group that would receive a $1 million state grant under a bill proposed by Champion.
Well, Danny Spiewak has been digging into this story at the Capitol today, and he joins us live with details. Danny?
Well, Senator Champion denied having any conflict of interest today with the founder of 21 Days of Peace. That's Reverend Jerry McAfee. But after the Minnesota Reformer detailed some of these relationships in terms of the pro bono legal work that he had done for McAfee, that story came out last week. Now, Champion is requesting an advisory opinion from the subcommittee on ethics in the Senate. And while that review is happening, he has been temporarily removed as the chair of the subcommittee.
We will help you as much as you will help yourself.
Since 2021, Reverend Jerry McAfee's group 21 Days of Peace has maintained a visible presence in North Minneapolis.
It starts at home.
A neighborhood that falls in DFL Senate President Bobby Joe Champion's district.
These are community-based organizations dedicated to reducing violence.
Now, Senator Champion is sponsoring a bill this session to provide $1 million in grant funds to 21 Days of Peace over the next 2 years, on top of a $3 million grant approved by the legislature 2 years ago. Champion invited McAfee to testify about the bill in committee last week.
North Minneapolis is experiencing a 10-year low in crime.
However, Champion did not disclose that he has performed pro bono legal work for McAfee in the past. According to court documents, Champion is listed as the attorney for McAfee's nonprofit, Salem Inc., on multiple mortgage-related cases in 2022. Champion has now requested an advisory opinion from the Ethics Subcommittee and has been removed as that subcommittee's chair, although he says, "I maintain that there was no conflict of interest." Do you think there is a conflict of interest for the senator?
No.
McAfee, who just had a contract with the city of Minneapolis pulled last month, says he never paid Champion for legal work.
Not a quarter. Don't go for the smokescreen. That's what this is about.
Champion declined an interview request, but Senate Republicans say further investigation is warranted.
It appears that he crossed the line on that, and so we've got to be very careful on even the appearance of having a conflict of interest.
Meanwhile, University of Minnesota law professor and former White House ethics lawyer Richard Painter says Champion should have disclosed his legal work even if it was free of charge.
Whether they're pro bono or they're not pro bono, I don't think that's relevant to the fundamental question of, is there a conflict of interest?
Now, there is no timetable for when this review by the Subcommittee on Ethics will happen. However, I can tell you in the last 5 minutes, I have confirmed with the Senate DFL that this $1 million grant to 21 Days of Peace is not currently in the spending bill that senators are looking at here for the budget. So it is, as of now, not on the table anymore, it appears. Back to you.
Danny, just a quick clarification, I guess. Is anyone alleging that Bobby Joe Champion benefited from this at all, that he received any money aside from pro bono work?
No, at this time, that is what is being said, is basically that he performed legal work, had a professional relationship with Reverend McAfee. However, McAfee said that there was no money exchanged, and at this time, that is not something that there's any evidence for.
All right. Thank you, Danny.